The world outside was busy, but inside it smelled like coffee and safety. Jungkook was in the kitchen, shirtless, hair damp from the shower, humming a soft tune as he flipped pancakes. Vine sat in the kitchen, legs swinging lazily, wearing his oversized black hoodie that almost drowned her frame. Vine, you made them extra crispy again, didn't you? Jungkook grinned without turning around. Jungkook, that's the only way you will eat them. Don't pretend you don't like my extra crispy, burnt cookings. Fine. You're lucky you're hot. Otherwise, I would have poisoned you by now. Jungkook gasped. With what? That sad little herb garden you forgot to water for 2 weeks? He turned around and leaned in to kiss her nose before placing a plate in front of her. She giggled, nudging his hip with her knee. Fine. You forgot the syrup. Jungkook. No, I didn't. I was waiting to hear you say please. Vine rolled her eyes but smiled. Vine. Please, my terrifying mafia husband. He handed it over dramatically with a wink. Jungkook. Your wish is my command. She giggled again. Everything was normal, perfect even, until after the breakfast she opened the mailbox. It was a plain white envelope tucked between bills. There was no return address, no stamp, just her name, Fine Joan. She opened it slowly, and it said, I saw the way he kissed you, but does he kiss you like he means it? First, she made a confusing expression and looked left and right. Then she ignored it. What else could she do at the moment? Jungkook. Hey, you okay? She jumped, quickly folding the letter and sliding it into the back of the cookbook. Fine. Yeah, just a weird flyer. Jungkook, noticing the shift. You sure? She nodded too quickly. Jungkook, but your face is. He stepped forward, placing his hands on either side of her on the counter, boxing her in playfully. Jungkook, did someone said something weird? Because if they did, fine. It's nothing, seriously. Someone must have pranked her. But if he gets to know about it, he will do something again that forces him to go back into his old world, old terrifying world. He watched her for a second longer, those sharp eyes softening as he leaned in and pressed his forehead against hers. Jungkook, you tell me if anything feels off, okay? I mean it. Fine forced a smile and kissed him on the lips. Fine. I know. You always do. But later that night, when she was asleep in his arms, Jungkook slipped out of bed, walked back into the kitchen, and pulled the letter from the back of the cookbook. His jaw clenched as he whispered, "Who the hell are you?" The week passed quickly and too quietly. They both acted like nothing had changed. They really tried, but they couldn't ignore it, because 2 days after that first letter, the second one came. This time, it wasn't tucked between bills. It was waiting for her, right on the doormat. No envelope, just a folded paper. If he knew what you did before the marriage, would he still look at you the same? She stood there, frozen, bare feet pressed to the cold floor. Her heart stuttered. Footsteps came from behind her. Jungkook, "Wine? You forgot to kiss me goodbye, and I feel deeply offended." She quickly crushed the letter in her hand, hiding it behind her back. He came up, kissed her cheek from behind, arms sliding around her waist as he nuzzled into her neck. Jungkook, "What's that?" "Fine." "What?" "Jungkook, behind your back." She didn't answer this time. She didn't want to deny it anymore. Her shoulders tensed, and that was all he needed. Slowly, he reached around and gently took the paper from her, and his expression shifted like a wave crashing over still water. The playful husband was gone, along with the soft smile. Jungkook, "This isn't the first one, is it?" Wan looked away. Jungkook, "Fine." His voice was quieter this time, which was worse. "Fine. I didn't want to worry you." Jungkook, "You didn't want to worry me?" He stepped back, running a hand through his hair. Jungkook, "Someone's leaving you messages at our door, talking about our marriage, and you didn't think I should know?" "Fine. It was just creepy and nothing. It looked like a prank at first. I didn't want to turn it into something if it wasn't." Jungkook, "It is something. The moment it reached our house, it became something." She blinked at him, wide eyed, and then his tone softened again. He stepped forward, cupping her face, thumbs brushing under her eyes. Jungkook, "You're not supposed to carry fear in this house, Wine." "Wine, I didn't want you to go back into that world again." Jungkook, "You didn't drag me back. They did. And now it's my job how I handle it. You don't need to worry." Jungkook, "I'll make sure they regret it." He kissed her forehead, but she felt it. He wasn't present anymore. Half of him was already planning something darker, and that scared her more than the letters. Because she knew what Jungkook was capable of. Because she knew whoever wrote that letter had just poked the wrong beast. Later that evening, her heart hammered in her chest as she waited for him. Although he said he was going to work, but she knew it wasn't going to be as simple. And as soon as he returned, her heart jumped. Wine. You're home? He nodded and dropped his keys into the bowl, walking straight over. She sat up, worried. Fine. Did you fix it? He didn't turn, just nodded once quietly. She pressed a kiss to his cheek. Fine. You always come back to me, Jungkook. Always. He turned and pulled her close, resting his chin on her head. Then Jungkook walked into the kitchen with his sleeves rolled up, frying eggs like he was a normal husband and not a man who once held a gun under his pillow. Vine leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed. Vine, you're going to cook? Jungkook. I cooked already, before coming home, and I'm going to cook once again, for my dear wife this time. She smiled and walked to him, sliding her arms around his waist from behind. 2 hours earlier, Jungkook stood in the back of a warehouse by the Han River. Black gloves, blank face. Only the sound of dripping water echoed in the silence. Across from him sat the man who sent the letters, shaking, bleeding. Man, I thought you'd sent someone. Didn't expect you to come yourself. Jungkook, you made it personal. He held up the letter. Jungkook, my wife, in my home. You crossed into my life, not just my business. Man, you married her. That family's daughter? She's just leverage, you idiot. A shot fired into the air. Not to kill, just to silence. Jungkook, call her dad again. The man's lips trembled shut. Jungkook walked over slowly, crouched to his level, and whispered, Jungkook, you don't walk out of this, and your name disappears tonight. The shot was quiet. No screaming, no mess. Just silence after a second of blast. Now, as he took out eggs from the fridge, she asked, was it hard? Jungkook, not harder than sleeping without you. She chuckled and they kissed once again, before getting back to treating themselves with cooking the dinner together.